We got some voices that are about to come on this show, okay?
I'm ready.
Matty Barnes, Chris Rose, Doc Pandia on Steph Curry, GP2, Brock Purdy. All of that is exactly an hour away. But let's rock this thing right now with one of our absolute favorites. Matt Barnes jumps on the show here on Willard and Dibs, 95.7 The Game. Hey, Matt, what's cooking? How you doing, man?
I'm good, fellas. Just about to play a little round of golf, but I'm going to talk to you guys real quick before that.
Oh, fancy. Where you playing?
Man, just around the corner. I'm in the Valley in L.A., so just a little local course.
Okay, man, hit them straight. We appreciate you jumping on and giving us some time. Draymond Green said it last night that defense is just a matter of want to, and so far this Warrior team has not wanted to. You know the defense this team has played in the last decade. You were a part of it in one season. What's your view on what's happened with this group?
I just feel like this season more than ever, Steve Kerr and his organization is really trying to see what they have in their younger guys. And we all know that, offense comes naturally to a lot of younger players, and defense is something that takes time. Obviously this team needs to play some kind of defense if they expect to make, first and foremost, the playoffs, but any kind of run in the playoffs. So I just think it's more understanding that, our big three, so to speak, are older, and we can't ride them how we rode them in the past, and we have to see what we have in our young players. And, they've shown spurts of it, but not consistent.
And the spurts have been, like you said, more offensively than defensively in terms of what they've been able to bring. Is defense something that you can throw the switch on? Because we all talk about championship pedigree and this team being able to flip that switch. Can they all of a sudden become a good defensive team overnight?
I don't know if it happens overnight. I think you have to see it. I think obviously this last stretch of 20, 25 games, I'm not sure how many games they have, is where they're really going to have to lock in and see carryover from not only practice but game to game. Obviously, I think re-signing GP was a huge deal because he was a very solid defensive role player. Obviously, not knowing how long he's going to be out will kind of hurt this team a little bit. But defense is not so much. I mean, we don't really live in the NBA where there's a ton of lockdown defenders. It's just more team defense and communicating and being on the split line and that second and third effort. That I just feel sometimes younger players have a hard time understanding. You got to play the complete 24-second, and you have to end it with a defensive rebound. So, I'm sure that's something that the coaching staff has been preaching all season. I'm sure that's something that Draymond has been telling these young guys all season. So I don't feel like it's something you can turn on, but I still feel like they have time to kind of build some sort of identity in these last 20 to 25 games.
Matt, this certainly feels like while they're trying to squeeze out whatever's left out of this run, they're also preparing for what's next, and we all don't know what that's going to look like. Because of the time you've spent with them, what's your best guess on how important you think it is to Draymond Green and Klay Thompson to finish their career as Warriors?
I think obviously they both would like to do that. I think, the injury has set Klay back a little bit. And, he's someone that has mentally struggled with it at times. Draymond, he has been the heart and soul of this team since he's got an opportunity to start playing. I think in the 15th season, when David Lee got hurt, or the 14th season, he's been a consistent heart and soul of this team. So I think it'd be very important, not only for those two guys, but I also think Steph wants those guys to finish their careers as Warriors. So, I think they know this is a business. We all outside the game and former players know it's a business. So it'll be interesting to see, it's all going to come down to money. This team is heavy in the luxury tax and guys like Klay and Dre have been paid well their entire career. So it'll be interesting to see how, pay cuts work or are taken or even wanted to be, taken. So I'm glad that I'm not in management because these are the tough decisions that, Bob and the rest of these guys have to make.
And at some point, you've got to say goodbye to star players, high-paid players. Matt, you're a guy who made his bones largely on the defensive end. What do you think of where the NBA is now in terms of pace and the fact that most teams struggle to play any defense at all?
Yeah, to me, it's a glorified pickup game right now. A very high level of offensive skill, I think, is being demonstrated night in, night out. A lot of individuality. But then you see the teams that end up winning it are teams that have great ball movement and know how to play defense. So, I think defense is not necessarily to the forefront anymore, but that's only when it comes to the regular season, because we know you have to play defense to have any real chance to make a championship run. But, the defense is non-existent. I think that's why I said a little bit earlier, it's not so much about individually lock-up defenders. Now it's just more about team defense and being on the same page and being on the string and being able to communicate and making those second and third efforts.
So, Matt, you said a couple of minutes ago that this is not something that can be fixed overnight, and the playoffs are only about 6 to 8 weeks away. So, real talk, do you think the Warriors are a contender right now or not?
I'm still holding out hope, because we all know there's not a more experienced team as far as playoffs and winning rings in the NBA right now than this current team. With these current core guys. And again, you are seeing flashes from guys like Kuminga. I think he's starting to come around. Jordan Poole is obviously extremely offensively talented. I don't think he values the ball enough. I don't think he understands how important each possession is, particularly come playoff time. They still do have a lot of weapons. They're just going to have to figure out how to get those weapons to play on both sides of the ball. But
Matt,
I am holding out hope.
Matty, thanks, man. Hit him straight, okay?
All right, guys. Have a good day.
All right.